Hey everybody!
We are Dual Wellness. It is our channel that discusses our health and wellness, both mental, physical, from the aspect of a 56-year-old female and
A 22-year-old male.
I'm Camille.
I'm Max.
Mom.
Son. We should start doing a thing where it's like dual, and then you're like wellness.
No.
Dual wellness.
No.
We say it in a cool voice every time.
Okay, I would like you to cut this part out.
No.
Okay, yes.
No.
Anyway, so our subject today, what we decided we're going to do is every week we're going to come, we're going to have a subject that we are either interested in, we've experienced, something we want to discuss. So we'll be having one subject every week. We want to keep these short, probably 15, 20 minutes. We know everybody is busy. But before we get started with the subject, we want to encourage everybody to
like and subscribe, comment on the channel. Any interaction with our channel really helps a lot, so
yes,
we would really appreciate it.
Share, like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. So that would be fun. What our subject's going to be this week is 75 Hard, the 75 Hard Challenge. We were thinking with it rolling to the end of the year, I know a lot of people are thinking about what they're starting to think about, what they're going to do when the holidays are done, different things that they want to do. And 75 Hard is a popular challenge that is on the internet, and excuse me, it's something that spurred Max and I last year to make some health changes. So what 75 Hard is we actually did a 75 Hard-ish. We didn't do, because it's a whole protocol, it's a whole, there's a gentleman that has started this, and I cannot remember his name, but there's books, his website, his Instagram channel, all that stuff. But what we did is we took the 5 tenets of 75 Hard,
sure, which
are drink a gallon of water a day, 2 workouts a day. They have to be 45 minutes, and one of them has to be outside. We continue doing those for the full 75 days. So drink a gallon of water, 2 workouts, read 10 pages of a nonfiction book every day, and follow a diet.
I also want to say, did not do that. I read a fiction book.
Yes, Matt. So that's why we called it 75 Hard-ish. Yeah. We were willing to take the things and change them up a little bit, but kept the general principle of it. And the last one, the 5th one, is taking a progress picture every day.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
Yeah,
I did do that every day. That helps a lot. That helps a lot.
So what we're going to do is we're going to discuss. We're going to take 3 points. It can either be what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it, and then go from there. Decide, let you guys know if we would do the challenge again. First of all, what did you like about it? What did you not like about it? Or what? Actually, if you have 3 points and you liked everything, I guess you could tell that.
I was going to say, there wasn't anything that I particularly disliked about doing the challenge, because again, it was 75 Hard-ish. So really, when we were going over doing the challenge in the first place, we were kind of like, I don't really want to, I really am not going to stick to this. So let's just not even hold each other to that. Like, I'm not going to, read a nonfiction book every night. I'm not going to do it. I've read plenty of nonfiction books, so I didn't really need to do that for myself.
You read.
I did read.
Yeah, you read the 10 pages. You read the...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I did do that, but, I didn't really feel like I needed to do specifically a nonfiction book. So most of the stuff that I didn't like, we kind of weeded out right away. So the stuff that I did really like was, one of the best things I took away from it was how to deal with cravings, mm-hmm, and how to step away from them and look at them as what's really going on, why I'm feeling that.
And maybe knowing that the discipline, to know that the craving passes.
It passes. Not only, well, it passes, but there's ways to get over. So what I'm saying is, you can take a step back. Let's say you really want something salty. You want like I really want chips. I'm not a chip guy, but let's use this as an example. I really want Lay's chips right now.
Right.
Right? And you can't get that out of your mind. All you want is Lay's chips.
Right.
So what it taught me to do is like take a step back, say, okay, I'm not craving chips. I'm craving the salt or the sugar in the chips. And my brain is just associating, man, I really need salt right now because of what's in salt. Mm-hmm. What's something I have ease of access to? Oh, chips. So once you take those out...
But chips taste good.
They do taste good. They taste very good. But what legitimately did get rid of the craving is I would literally go get a little bit of salt, put it on my tongue. Craving gone.
Oh.
It actually worked.
What did you do for sugar?
For sugar, fruit. Something like that. Instead of saying...
Now see, that's interesting. That satisfied your...
Well, there's a difference between a craving of like flavor and like I really want chocolate.
Because
I really
sugar is one of your big...
I love chocolate.
Max has always, since I think he came out craving chocolate.
I will even eat those chocolate golden coins. I will eat an entire bag of those. They're garbage. They're horrible.
They're horrible.
But there's something.
But he will eat them.
I will eat the whole thing. I don't know why. And
you have always been that way.
So with me, I realize there's a difference between craving a flavor or sugar or salt and craving just like food, that like binge feeling that you really want. It's like, I just want to like eat. And one of the things
one of the things we did was I made some sugar-free treats that you could eat instead.
Yeah, so there's good replacements too besides fruit. There's, there's fruit, I guess, monk fruit.
The monk fruit sweetener
monk
is
fruit
the main
sweetener
one.
Stevia.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I personally try to avoid sucralose for the most part.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. I mean, there is. I mean, it's a controversial stuff.
Yeah,
we're not going to get into that.
I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to get into it right now. That was just a personal opinion.
Right.
And it's not like I religiously avoid it.
You'll drink some, yeah.
So, one of the other really big things that I realized with cravings is you need satiating food to get rid of it. You could eat 30 bags of Sour Patch Kids and still feel hungry. You could eat 3 bowls of cereal and still feel hungry because there's no protein in it. It's not satiating.
Right.
The way to get rid of cravings is go have a protein shake, something like that. Have a protein dense food. That craving will go away. So I don't treat the protein shake as a meal replacement.
No,
I treat it as I don't blend my protein shakes in a blender. I don't do anything like that. I don't overdo it. I don't put bananas and everything in there.
Oh, okay. So
all I do is I usually do whole milk personally and protein powder.
Gotcha.
And protein powder. And I fill it this much with the milk. That much, like literally that much, and then a scoop of the protein powder and my creatine. So what it taught me though is ways to deal with those cravings and change my mindset on how to deal with those. Because normally I would just be like, well, I got a craving, that means I gotta
eat some chocolate.
That means I gotta do it.
Yeah.
Once I just eat one bite of chocolate, then the craving's gone. It's like, nope, you're just re-upping that. And it's gonna come back the next day and the next day and the next day because you're telling your brain, hey, it's right there.
Yep.
I can eat chocolate.
Well, the theory, and I've heard lots of people say this theory, is that your brain is kind of like a toddler. And your brain will say, "Oh, I want that." And you'll say, "No, we're not going to have that right now." And then your brain will have a temper tantrum,
Right.
And if you give into that every single solitary time, you're creating those pathways of, I give into my cravings.
See, but that's a problem that that's not really how I look at it, because because I don't ever like to look at anything as my brain sabotaging me or my brain doing something that is attempting to hurt me.
Oh, okay. That makes
Because
sense.
I don't think it is. What it's saying is I need salt. What have you shown in the past that you have ease of access to that has salt? So it says, I want this. It's the same thing, because after a few months, it learned the new foods, and then it would crave vegetables, or
I will never crave vegetables.
yeah, it
I will
or
never.
like just chicken breast or something like that.
Yeah.
Or protein shakes. I think protein shakes are delicious now. I love my protein shakes.
You do?
So
I love protein in my
learns,
coffee, but not, yeah.
Right. It will learn. It's not trying to hurt you. It's just saying, I know you have this food, so I'm going to say, good job. You ate the food that I needed. That's all it's doing. It's not trying to hurt you.
That is an interesting theory. Okay, so that was the
Point
first
one.
thing. Okay.
Right.
Second thing that you
Oh, you're going, okay.
that you liked or didn't like, or
Right. Okay. So part 2 was the progress photos. I really like doing the progress photos. I think the progress photos are a fantastic idea, because there's multiple times where
there was a big change with you in your progress photos. There
Oh, yeah,
really
absolutely.
was. There was. It was really interesting with you from the first day to the last day. There
Not
was
just-
a
not just
significant
in
change.
my body, but like in my
skin.
face and my skin.
Yeah.
I just looked sad and like drained and kind of gross before we started 75 hard. I just was like, I did not look good. And so I personally struggle a lot with, I'm not gonna say I have body dysmorphia or anything like that, but there's those days where you wake up and you look in the mirror and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then there's the days where you're like, damn, like nice. But a lot of days,
I don't know if I have. Yeah, I do.
yeah, you have days where you like you put on an outfit or something like that.
There
No
are
matter
days where
what
you're
you
like,
do.
oh, I look cute.
Yeah, you're like, wow, I look fantastic. Yep.
That's nice that you can look at yourself like that. That's good.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of people have those days, but I have it where it's like, even though I look exactly the same, maybe even a little bit better than I did when I was feeling that way, for some reason the next day, I think I look awful. I look terrible. Everything is falling apart. All of my effort had no
Isn't that
meaning
funny?
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I go back on my phone, look at the progress photos, and I say, okay, no, this definitely is working. This is doing something. I look so much better, and this is the point. So I personally think I still take progress photos from time to time.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Even though I don't do 75 hard, I still do take progress photos from time to time. I think learning to pose and stuff like that too, if you're working out a lot or going to the gym, I think that is very helpful, very important, and it's just it's like a huge confidence booster. So learning different poses, like lat spreads or anything like that, it's just like, it just makes you feel really good, and it makes you want to keep going, because then it's like playing a video game and you get that level up or something like that.
Right.
You look at the leaderboard at the end and you're like, yes, look at me. Which you probably wouldn't understand.
No. Which see, now that's the difference when it's herein lies the difference between 22-year-old guy, 22-year-old and a 56-year-old, is that for me, the thing that not jump it, but
no, go ahead.
adding to what you were, is that the progress photos were the one thing I didn't like.
Yeah, every day I remember you were like, I almost forgot to take my break.
I always almost forgot. I tried to do it at the same time. I tried to do it in similar clothes. I tried to do it and I tried to make it a habit. And it was interesting at the end to take day 1 and day 75. And there were differences. But at the age of 56, well, I was 55 at the time. At the age of 55, and doing what I was doing, which was good. I was doing good workouts. I was doing walking. I was lifting. I was doing different things like that. But I wasn't doing things as hardcore as you were. And so, and I don't want to.
Right.
And that's fine.
Right, that's okay. But
So-
yeah, you wouldn't see as drastic of a change.
Right.
Of course.
I didn't look in the mirror and go, damn.
Like, wow, yeah.
You know, no, I didn't. There was none of that. I do. You know, I did. I did. I just did. I didn't like that part. I did like the and the main part that I liked that you didn't like was I liked the making myself read every day, the nonfiction books.
Right.
I like nonfiction books. I love self-help books. You know that about me.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good self-help book. I have stacks and stacks and stacks of them. And unfortunately, I have gotten out of the habit of reading.
No, yeah.
You know, reading for entertainment or reading for learning or anything like that. I got out of the habit of reading because it's easier to scroll. It's
Right.
easier to,
Absolutely.
you know, watch a YouTube. Not that we don't love YouTube videos, but it's just easier. So I'd gotten out of that habit. So this got me back into the habit, and I read. Gosh, I can't remember. I think I read like 3 or 4 books, maybe more. And it was, but they were books that, you know, were on my to be read pile, and some nonfiction, some self-help, some things like that can be a little bit more dense than others. Some can be a little bit lighter. I'm kind of woo-woo sometimes, so I like things that are a little bit more, you know, I'm very into, you know, manifestation and all that good stuff. So some books are more fun than others.
Right. And not to say that I don't like, you know, self-help books or nonfiction books. I love nonfiction books. But honestly, it seemed before 75 Hard, I was reading a lot of nonfiction books.
You were.
And it was
you were out of that.
Yeah, you get a little burnt out on.
Plus, it was that you were at a spot where you had done some really, really, really heavy reading. You
Right.
had gone through a period where you had really been, I think, a little bit darker. You know, you were a darker mindset. Not bad,
Right.
bad, but a little bit heavier mindset, and you were.
I was exploring a lot of philosophies to try and.
Right, and you were looking
Develop my own.
you were at a point where you were like, I want something a little lighter.
Yes.
I want something a little lighter.
I had-
It's January in Michigan. I don't want to,
Yeah.
And we're back. Sorry about that. Battery died.
Yep. So.
System malfunction.
Yeah.
Would you do 75 hard-ish again?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I tried again one time when I moved out. I tried to go back on it, see if I could do it again. I wasn't really feeling it. I did not stick to it.
The motivation was because we both tried it, and the motivation
No.
wasn't there.
It was not the same. But I would highly recommend it if you are motivated, if you feel like you need to do something that is pretty intense to kind of like slap you out of your bad habits and really, you know, because the thing is if you don't do it, you don't do it. Well, you have to restart if you miss a day. You know,
Oh,
it's up to
yeah,
you.
that was the one thing that we didn't talk about. The premise of 75 Hard is, so you have those 5 tenets. If you do not do all of those 5 things, if you miss even one, you have to go back to day 1.
Right.
So so a lot of people get very discouraged because they're like, I keep restarting, you know.
Right.
And that was kind of, I don't know if we tried to do it too soon afterwards. I don't know if we tried to do it.
It just wasn't really necessary. I don't.
Yeah,
think
I didn't feel it was necessary.
We weren't at our lowest point. We didn't need something drastic to pull us out of it. You don't even have to be in your lowest point or anything. But
Right.
it just, we were pretty. We
were
doing
consistent.
Really well. We were doing pretty well.
What did you maintain? So after we were done with that, after
Right.
we were done with 75 Hard, what did you maintain with the habits? What?
So pretty
Because you
much.
didn't stay non-sugar free.
No, I did not say completely sugar-free, but for the most part,
Greatly reduced?
Yes, like massively. I'm still very conscious of it. I try to avoid it as much as possible.
Yeah.
But if like the most I'll have is like once in a while I'll have like half a glass of like chocolate milk or something like that. Not even half a glass. Like I'll put
Sometimes you'll eat candy.
No, I really don't eat much candy.
No, I mean nothing like you did before. But every once in a blue moon, there was like when you came over one time, you ate some candy corn and peanuts.
Right. I'll have like 1 or 2 pieces of candy now. Yeah, or a handful once every like 2 weeks or something, if that.
Which
but
that is a huge difference.
Right. I have not bought candy or anything like that. Since I don't really want candy. I don't think it tastes very good. Every time I have candy now or something that's like intensely sugary, it makes me feel sick. It genuinely makes me feel sick.
Yeah.
Like Little Debbie's and stuff, used to be a huge Little Debbie guy. Love Little Debbie Swiss rolls and everything. It's awful now. I really cannot.
No, you eat them. You eat them, and it sounds like it's going to taste so good, and then you eat it, and you realize that feeling that you're feeling, oh gee, that's my blood sugar spiking.
Yeah.
And then, oh, I can feel my blood sugar crashing. You know, and that's just a gross feeling. It is, and so some of the things that we're saying, some people might think that we're sounding judgmental or something like that. No, it's like, you do whatever. This is just us. We are just talking about us. We're just talking about what works for us. And it is true that for me, when especially since being generally keto, I mean, I'm not clean keto. I'm not anything like that. I try to do a lower fat now.
Right.
When I first started doing keto, I did high fat, everything, because that's what you do with keto. Now I'm doing a much lower fat, higher protein, that kind of thing.
Moderate carbs, or are you still very low carb?
I would say I'm probably moderate carbs. I haven't tracked.
Well, because if you're not getting your fat in, you do need carbs, because otherwise you need fuel. Yeah. So it's kind of like
yeah, and I would say I'm more moderate carbs. So it's not, but when I do eat something that has sugar in it, like I will give an example that is full sugar. A couple months ago now. Okay, a couple months ago, I was eating ice cream. It was, your dad had some ice cream that was a Ben and Jerry's. There was probably a third of a pint left, and he had eaten what he wanted and asked me and I hadn't had any of that in so long, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I do everything. And so I sat and I ate it, and for the first 10-15 minutes, I was like, there was just a small amount that was great. I really enjoyed it, everything. And then within a half an hour, I felt horrendous.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you feel terrible.
Yeah.
I got ice cream recently too. There's a really good ice cream place by my house, and I got a little bit. I was taking a walk, and it was like hot, and I was like, I haven't had ice cream literally all summer. It wasn't even summer anymore. I was like, I never got ice cream. And I was like, before this place closes down, I want to get a... Yes. Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna get a little scoop of ice cream. And I got one, and I ate it, and I felt awful. I did not regret it, though. I was pretty happy.
Well, that's good.
I was like, you know what? I don't feel good right now, but the amount of dopamine that was released from eating that, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. I say mostly sugar-free, but I did continue with the exercise.
Oh.
I have not
2 a day though.
Not really 2 a day, but usually my exercise is about an hour and a half.
Oh, that's good.
So, and usually I wake up in the morning and I do stretches and everything like that. So, I've been kind of on and off of my exercise where like I did gym for a while, then I did calisthenics for a while, and now I kind of have a split that is both. So I'm not like. So
it helped you establish the habit of daily exercise.
Yep, I did continue that. I continued water. I drink a massive amount of water.
You do a gallon?
I believe it's probably around a gallon. I don't really measure it out, but something I noticed during 75 Hard is I got more thirsty the more I drank.
The more you drink, yeah.
So now I'm really just like.
Your body wants it.
Yes, I'm very aware of when I'm like even remotely dehydrated.
And holy holy cow, does it improve your skin?
Oh yeah,
Holy
yeah,
cow.
no, yeah, absolutely.
When you start staying hydrated,
Oh, yeah.
And one of the big criticisms of 75 Hard online is the drinking a gallon of water. Because people will go all over the place and say, you know, oh my gosh, it's dangerous, and whether not everybody can do it, not everybody needs to do it. I did not keep up with a gallon a day. However, I think I drink way more than I did.
Yeah.
I did not go back to, because I don't drink soda and stuff like that a lot, everything. So what I did change was during 75 Hard, I drank a gallon of water. Now I do my water, but with electrolytes. So I feel so much better with adding the electrolytes to it.
Yeah,
so.
I make sure I get a little bit of electrolytes in every day after my exercise.
Yeah.
But the thing that really helps is now I have my water bottle with me everywhere I go.
Yes.
Like everywhere I go.
Yes.
Every time I'm driving, every time I'm going to a friend's house, every time I'm going to a restaurant.
Always.
I always have my water bottle with me. I fill it up before I leave.
Yep.
So that's something I fill it up before I go to sleep. So when I wake up in the morning, I drink water first thing, away. And you feel so much better when you do that. You feel that's honestly like one of my favorite parts of the day is waking up and it's so satisfying.
Chugging some water.
Yes, it's incredibly satisfying. So I kept up with that. Now I did not keep up with the reading, and I still do progress photos here and there. But
mine is the working out. I don't do 2 a days, but consistently I walk for an hour, an hour every morning.
Absolutely.
So I do that, and I struggle because I want to do more with lifting and stuff like that. We'll discuss that more in future episodes of the what we want to do and stuff like that. So anyways, so I do my water, everything. My reading, I fell off again, but I recently started back up.
Yeah, you got back on it.
I started back up, not with the fiction. It's weird. Fiction, nonfiction, I like to read in the bathtub.
Okay.
So I have my nonfiction books that I read when I'm in the bathtub. Fiction, I read in bed before I go to sleep. So, and I did get back on it. I've read a couple of books.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then what's the other? Oh, progress photos. No. Nope, I don't do it. I don't do it. But, it is very much, I do believe that is very much, it's a different era. I did not grow up in the age of selfies. I suck at taking pictures of myself or anyone else or anyone.
You take weird candid photos. That's a problem.
Well, no, I know.
You take a photo and it's like, you just whip your phone. You don't stage it. You don't frame it at all. You just and it's like blurry and the person in the photo looks like shocked. That's all of your photos.
No.
And you're like, I'm gonna post this, and everybody's like, please do not post that. Please do not.
But they're fun. That's what I like. I have never, and you know that because as a child, how many times did you go and get your picture studio taken?
At school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did not. My kids never got. I like snapshots. I like pictures of people living their life.
That's why all the photos of me are me with red cheeks, hunched over, gaming, and it's like
that was what you looked like. Anyways, so
shirtless, just got out of the bathroom.
I know, though. But that was how you walked around the house.
That's true.
When you were a little kid. So, anyways, so I didn't do that. I don't do that. And I think that's it. I think that I went. Yeah, I think I would have. So would I do it again? I think I've considered doing it again. I have. Where I'm a little bit different is, I think the reason why I failed the second time that we tried to do it is because we decided let's just modify it even more.
Yeah, it wasn't. We were not
kinda
sticking to it at all.
No, and we
was
were like,
really
let's do this,
half-assed.
but
Yeah.
not this.
Right.
Let's do this, but not. And it was half-assed. So I think if I am going to do it again, it would probably be January 1st.
Right.
Because that's for
It's just like a
whatever
ritual.
reason.
It's just like a ritual.
It
It
probably-
just solidifies it. It's like, here we go. It's a fresh start. It's like starting something on Monday.
Yep. It would probably be January 1st, and it would probably be, you know what, I have to do all 5 things.
Absolutely.
I have to do all 5 things.
Right.
No ifs, ands, or buts. So, and, yeah, I think I absolutely have been considering doing it this January 1st.
Same.
doing it
I'm
again.
interested in
We
doing it.
probably should.
Yeah, that would be fun.
We should.
Maybe a time.
Yeah,
So overall, that's overview of 75 Hard. I think that wraps it up.
yeah.
I think that's
I
about
think
everything.
so too.
So-
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be back with another episode
Next week.
Next week,
Max
Monday.
is gonna edit them and post them on Mondays.
Mondays.
We're gonna have a new episode. We're filming on Saturday. Posting it on Monday.
Right.
So, like we said before, like, subscribe, comment, do all the interactions. I think it would be super duper fun if this channel did grow and you know
Absolutely.
reach some different people. I think that would be super cool. So, thanks for watching.
High five.
Oh my gosh, no, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.